Hey everybody, AZ Badfish here. Welcome back to PrimeCraft Season 2. And today, we're going to be finishing up this Guardian farm. So, I've kind of measured this out. It's a bit bigger than the wiki said it would be. Wiki said 53 by 53. This is 58 by 58. So, yeah, that's a little bit off. And it's even numbers, unfortunately. So, we can deal with that. That's no problem. So I've marked out the center here, and I think the first thing I want to do is kind of get a platform going. I need to basically fix this up so that we've got, a flat surface to work with. I don't need to come under here and light this area up because I don't want to have mobs spawning under here. Alright guys, so I've got the floor all leveled out. I got a little design in there. I think it actually looks pretty cool. So yeah, this is now level with what was the base of the monument. So monsters should not be able to spawn up here. They came down there, but and of course on the outside of these prismarine bricks. But this is pretty much ready to get going here. Now I've been watching a bunch of gnembon MC videos regarding Guardians and Guardians farms. I'll link those down in the description because I'm not going to be following a tutorial exactly. I've just watched those videos a bunch of times and have an idea of what I want to build. So I wanted to point out that earlier I had torched up the underneath side of this. I've now actually filled this all the way in, and there's a reason for that. It's got to do with the mob pathing and where they can swim, that they can pick a spot outside the tank basically to try to walk to or swim to rather. And with it filled in with solid blocks, they can't actually pick any of those spots. So once they get down in this level, they just go through. Basically, all that's going to help us do, which we'll see in a little bit, is to stop them from hopefully trying to swim up through the lava that is eventually going to be down here. So I'm going to go ahead and dig this farm the rest of the way out. And I'll see you guys once that's all done. Alright, so the farm is pretty much all dug out now. I've also put in the walls and the floors and stuff. None of this is particularly that interesting. I mean, it's not a very big farm. It's not really complicated. The only thing that hasn't been built yet is the tanks for the water, which are going to go above this little cross shape here. But yeah, we're just going to have there's going to be tanks here with water in them. They're going to fall down in here. There's going to be water sources here pushing them to this edge. There's going to be a bunch of lava in here. They're going to fall through the lava and then all the way down. And now, according to the testing that I've done in creative, this should be more than enough to kill them without having to dig like a 30 block drop all the way down to bedrock and whatnot. So down here, I am just kind of working out what I want to do for like storage and item collection and stuff like that. So I've just been kind of digging out this little spot in here, and I think for now I'm just gonna make a real basic item collection. I'm not gonna build an item sorter or anything like that because I'm not even going to really decorate this area at all. Just because I don't know what kind of output I'm going to get from this farm. I know that in gnembon's videos and stuff, his farms are, or his videos really, are about testing the different types of farms, how many output you get, the different drop rates and stuff like that, maximizing all that stuff. And I am not doing it exactly the same way that he's doing it. I'm not. I've not done stuff like cleared out and lit up all the surrounding caves and stuff like that. So, who knows? I don't know if this is going to work as well as I want it to, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this area out. I'm going to get some hoppers and stuff in place so we have some item collection, storage, and whatnot. And then I'll come back to you. Yep, just like that. So I got the floor lined with hoppers pointed into 6 double chests. Got some glass in the front here. I put some sea lanterns in just to keep any bad guys from spawning in there. And this will work for temporary. I think I still want to install some kind of elevator here. I thought about just leaving it as a elytra access, but not everybody on the server can take off as easily as I can. Some people actually have to get some height on their jump, so we'll probably install like a minecart elevator here or something like that. But that's good for me for right now. So now what I want to do is come over here and grab a bunch more glass because it's time to start building the tank itself. And the important thing that I want to keep in mind here is that I want to stay below this subchunk here. So I mean, we've talked about subchunks before when doing the slime farm. But yeah, I don't want to go above that blue line, and since I'm gonna have to cover the whole thing with a solid block, and then I also want to make that spawn proof, so I'll put carpet on top of it. I don't want that carpet to be up there either. That means this is as high as I can make this tank, which is going to give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Six high water spots here, and we're going to be doing another pattern here as well, and I'll show you guys that once I get all of this glass in place. So the main walls of the tank are done, and now what I'm going to do, if you watch the gnembon videos, he kind of explains that guardians, when they spawn, if they're next to a wall, they will go down a lot quicker. So he kind of messed around with a bunch of different shapes and sizes of things and kind of came up with some ideas. So I'm going to take an idea that he said from that video, and that a 2x4 opening seems to be pretty good. One of the better shapes, I guess, to get them through the water as quick as you can. So that's kind of what I'm going to do, and I just realized this is going to be a lot more difficult to do in survival than in my creative world when I built this to try it out. So I think what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to figure out, here, we'll hop down like this. Oh, and we'll break that. Alright, so then I need to build a wall right here. So we get 2 here, and then come out right here. And I'm going to use blue glass on the inside, just because I think that looks kind of cool. And it might look less weird in the water. I'm not really sure about that, though. Getting out of here is going to be fun. Alright. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to put a wall here, and then another wall here, and then another wall kind of going around here, and then in the middle there'll be a slightly different shape. But yeah, you might be wondering about, but you're losing spawning spaces this way. According to his calculations, the increased efficiency outweighs the loss in spawning spaces. So yeah, we're gonna try it this way, and we'll see how it works. All right, I'm gonna get some more of these put in, and I will come back to you. And there's all the glass in place. So this is pretty much ready to go, just about. The next thing I got to do here actually is get the lava put in place. It's one of the last things that you want to do for more or less obvious reasons, I think. This is going to be a bit precarious though, because I'm going to have to block my way down, and the first thing I want to do is well, what we want to make sure is that we have a lava source in every block. So this lava does not work the same way that water does. It will not create lava sources. You actually have to manually place each one. So what I'm going to do is make a shape like this, and put a lava bucket in each spot, and then I'm going to have to take my block up here and carefully break all of these like that, and then grab more lava buckets, and put them on each one all the way around on the edges like that. So this is it's not super difficult or anything like that, but it is a little tedious. So I will get on doing this, and I will come back to you guys in a bit. Okay, I think that's all done. The lava's in place. It's under there temporarily while I test this out. I'm pretty sure that I measured this out correctly, and this should only go to the end here, and it should stop. Perfect. That's exactly what I want to see, because now when the fish guys spawn up here, they'll fall down here, and the water will push them into the lava. Alright, so I've got the roof kind of ready to cover these up quickly so that if guardians spawn, actually they probably won't spawn if I'm right here, but if they do, we can cover it up pretty quickly. We're just going to do the same thing we did down there, throw some ice down, and what? Why does that break it all of a sudden? What's going on? does that not work this way? That kind of stinks. Alright, well, I guess that means I gotta go get an infinite water source, and we'll fill it with buckets. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, and I'll see you guys once it's done. Alright guys, so that's all in place, and standing up here on the ledge, you can see there's definitely some guardians in there, and they're spawning and falling in. I've been watching them for a few minutes, and it seems like we're getting pretty decent rates. And if we hop down here, we can look down and see we are getting some drops, and that's good. I was worried that maybe the lava might be too much, but as you can see, no, they just fall down and on fire and die. So we might be losing some drops in the lava for guys that are trying to swim out still, but I think for the most part that is okay. So I think this is pretty good, you guys. There's a few cleanup things I want to do. One of them's a bit of a big one, so I'm going to dye up a bunch of glass, and I'm going to put glass here and then remove the sand. Now I'm going to glass in the inside here, so when I remove the sand, I'm going to be in the water, which is going to be rough, but you can use a trapdoor on the bottom instead of a torch for that trick, and the trapdoor doesn't break in water. I'm also probably going to add the elevator and stuff, and yeah, let me do that stuff and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so the cleanup is pretty much done. All the sand is gone. I've got I've got an elevator in place and a drop chute down. These guys are hanging out. I've just been AFK for a bit while I was recording, or while I was editing the video. See what time was at, and wow. Are you kidding me? Dude, it's been like 20 minutes. That is insanity. Holy cow. Alright, well, I guess this thing works pretty good. So, alright guys, so I have got a lot of work left to do here, cleaning up all these shulker boxes. Not all of them are even going to fit in the ender chest, so I'm going to have to make a couple trips back to base and get all sorted out. While I'm doing that, I met up with some of the other primers earlier, and we were out at the new Fae Dominion talking about stuff, so I'm going to clean this up. Why don't you guys check out that footage?
We're out here on this mysterious island that we found, covered in dirt. Do you know anything about that, AC?
I heard a thing, maybe.
So AC has gone nuts, and basically taken off of all the mycelium from this lovely place in like no time at all. And we're here to decide some things today. We are going to start our first Dominion on the PrimeCraft server. It's going to be the Fae Dominion. Welcome, folks. And we need to decide if we're going to have different areas out on these islands, or this island, and if so, if each of them is going to have their own block palette, or if We're going to have the same block palettes all over the place, and then we need to decide sort of in what order we're going to do things. So we're first going to cover everything in grass or podsole or stone, and then do something else, or is every project going to be its own little thing, or what are we? How do we want to do things, basically? So that's what we're here to do. And Skoozi is here, and Kairi is here, and AC is here, and I'm here. And in our hands we have a book. What's this, Kairi?
That is the lore I have. Well, essentially, it's the origin of why the Fae are here.
Right.
And
So, yeah.
go ahead.
So this is the Fae Dominion. That means that all of this is going to have a Fae theme in some sense. It can be Disney fairies, or it can be a Midsummer Night's Dream, or it can be maybe Nordic trolls, like AC. And yeah, so you've written an awesome lore here. Do you want to read it?
Yes. Hold on. Okay. But before anything could be called something, there was magic. Magic was unpredictable. A spark of magic and day existed. Magic led to night and land. Driven by these sparks, plants and animals emerged from land. Now, millennia passed, and the sparks of magic led to the creation of sentient bipedal creatures that revert as a being of respect and worship. These sentient creatures came in many shapes and sizes, but magic united them all. Alas, time passed, and a group of these off from the rest. This group gradually denied the existence of magic and became reliant on what the land could give them. Further discoveries by these humans, as they came to be called, led to the development of science. Humans loved science as much as their ancestors loved to the complete denial of magic's existence. Magic swiftly left them. As such, they became husks of themselves, even in death. Former humans would slay any magic worshipper, as they were called, they came into contact with before disintegrating at dawn. In persecution, the magic worshippers never ceased their worship. Magic rewarded them greatly, and their numbers and lifespans increased. Unfortunately, so did the human population, which led to more undead. A massive spark of magic led to the creation of a large island far from humans. This island was magically protected and dead. Concerned for the survival of their race, the magic worshippers found their way to this island and made their home there. Gradually, different settlements and sub-races emerged. Races gradually evolved into different species according to their form at birth. The magic worshippers became the Fae and the island Fairy.
Yay!
Bravo.
Thank you.
So you've explained
pretty
why
sweet.
there are zombies and skeletons in the world as well here.
Well, according to... And, well, the reason for spiders and creepers, well, you won't get into that because that's not family friendly.
Okay, that's cool. So the thing is, what do we want to do with this island? That's the springing question, right? I mean, it's big and it's brown
For now.
at the moment.
Yes.
Man, that is a lot of building. Yeah. So just to reiterate, we have Oberon's Court, and we have Gnomes and Goblins, the Nordic sort of theme. We have Disney fairies. We have fairy tale fairies. We have evil fairies, like hags and such. And we have Jombar trolls. That's cool. So a lot of this, like Jombar trolls, right? And hags and gnomes and goblins requires forest. All right.
Yeah.
And some other things as well could do with it. In fact, the only one that doesn't necessarily require a forest is Oberon's Court. So we need to have some foresty areas anyway. So that's the thing. Do we want to cover the entire ground in grass, or do we want to have some other material as a base for the ground?
Well, if it
Mycelium?
still works.
Well,
Should we cover the entire island in mycelium?
Let's not do that.
I think grass would be easy. I mean, we put a few blocks and it would spread, do most of the work for us.
Yeah.
And then we can
Yeah,
spice it
that
up
would
where
be
we
a
want
whole
to.
lot better with the whole path design I am coming over with, because that involves
Also-
mycelium. So we don't want to do. We don't want to.
The thing is as well, look at this greenery, right? It's very green and nice.
It's very vibrant,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good start for sure. Okay, so we hereby start the grassifying here.
Yes.
Oh, put the flower on it.
You
Oh,
have
I
it
got
in
the
your
flower.
inventory.
Very
Another
nice. The
flower,
first blade of
excellent.
grass.
I hereby pronounce the Fae Dominion. Spread, you grass! Spread! That's my take while. Okay.
Yeah, this
I
may
think
need a time
we need
lapse.
to give it a hand. We need to give it a-
Yeah.
So,
Wait a
you
second.
see
Hold
there's a
on.
hill over there. And then the land sort of goes up over there as well. And then we have sort of the water here. So in my head, what if we just sort of make a big old platform out of this? Sort of from here to that hill, and then landscape it down towards those hills over there. And then landscape it down towards the sea. So basically we cover this whole ravine thing.
And just make it like a
Yeah.
one giant hill.
Yeah.
Sounds
And then that could be like the place where we have castles and Oberon type stuff, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
could be cool.
That'll sort of be the central place of the island. And then we can surround it with woods, you know,
Yeah.
and have the other places in there. I don't know if we need to specify it more than that at the moment. Really. What do you think?
Well, maybe not for now, but yeah. Like once we get like the grass growing and stuff, we can figure out what kind of trees we want and stuff.
Yeah. And
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
And just to let it be known, when it comes to custom trees, I have a big enough tree to deal with. I don't
Yeah.
want to do that in here.
Man, if only we knew somebody who was good at building custom trees.
I watched this thing. It was called PrimeCraft Season 1. And there was this guy. I think it was
Oh, yeah, I think I-
Vidargavia, maybe?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he was
something
building
like
some pretty
that.
crazy
Some weird
custom
Swedish
trees.
guy.
Yeah.
Get away slowly. Yeah, no, I'm happy I'm really happy to make trees, alright? And I have several ideas, okay? So how about trees that are also fairy homes, right? That's a classic from those Disney films, whatever they're
Yeah.
called. Tinkerbell, yeah? That my kids always watch. And then also trees that have human faces, think Ents maybe? Or not
Yes.
human
Ooh,
faces,
yeah,
but
that'd
that
be
have
cool.
faces, right? And
Yeah.
then trees that looks like trolls, maybe? And stuff like that. How's that sound?
That sounds pretty awesome.
That's good. So I can be the tree dude. Yeah, obviously you can have houses in mushrooms as well. There's a Swedish song called "I Want to Live in a Mushroom." There you go. You should look it up on YouTube. It's very good. there's a video with an English translation as well. So look that up.
Okay, excellent. We have all kinds of homework tonight.
Yes, yeah. John Bauer,
Yeah.
I want to live in a mushroom.
Just not at the same time.
No.
No.
Yeah. And I thought as well, speaking of that John Bauer stuff, right? What that is all about is making big boulders look like trolls, basically. So that's another thing we can do in the woods.
So we're gonna have like an evil-y type section, right? Like for cave
Yep.
trolls or cave something. Because there's a big old cave around here somewhere.
Yes.
With like
it's
a
over
really
here, I think.
really big opening.
Yeah, I think it's over this way. Wish I had ender pearls. I tend to fly into it when I'm flying, but for some reason.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not.
speaking of ender pearls, anybody have more ender pearls than they thought they did? Because I do remember I had like a stack and some.
Is this the one you were talking about, AZ?
It might be. Yeah, it's definitely like that.
Yeah, no, I don't have any ender pearls on me.
I spent so long out here, it all kind of looks alike to me now.
Yeah. Let's just plonk this down here for now. Evil. There's an evil sign there. Right, so up on this here mountain up here, this very steep mountain up here, I can envision quite large trees up on there. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Quite large, maybe custom-made trees that are like homes to the Disney
Oh,
elves,
yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
One
Okay,
of these
so-
mountains used to have a waterfall, and it looked pretty good. So maybe we should think about putting one of those back in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Man, yeah. In fact, I'm putting a sign down here saying waterfall from
Yeah,
this
there's
mountain
a
somewhere.
couple natural ones, but I think I must have removed them when I
okay, there you
removed all the other water.
Oh yeah, but that's obviously, yeah. I mean, yeah. So then we have that and the evil stuff, and then we have this whole part of the island that is on the other side of the castle. But maybe we don't need to specify what's going to go there for now.
Yeah, because I can imagine that castle will take a bit longer to do than.
Oh yeah. So that's for sure, yeah. I think the first
Especially
project
since I
really
also
is
have
to
a huge
landscape
tree I'm working on elsewhere.
the area for the castle, really, so that anybody can come and build some on the castle if they want to, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And we should probably at least start thinking about block palettes and stuff like that. So
Yes.
if somebody does want to come out and do like a small project or something, we kind of know what's going on.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I like it.
How does that sound?
We're doing green and blue?
Yeah, I like the looks of this.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, I like it.
The only thing is, we need something brown. We need a wood. And we could go with dark oak. But we could also go with oak, I suppose. I don't know what you think.
Maybe the dark oak would be better, or do you think it would be too much if we're gonna build the trees mostly out of dark oak? Or at least makes more sense? I don't know.
But it does make more sense. What we can do is we can have vegetation around the castle that is mostly made out of oak, and then as we go deeper into the woods, it becomes dark oak,
Ah,
and then we have dark oak for the castle. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, I like
Yes.
that idea as well, actually. All right, that's cool. I'm gonna get out of creative now. It feels uncomfortable. Okay, I think we got something, guys.
yeah.
So okay, so the plan is landscaping this here hill, and then maybe start looking at laying out the castle and stuff like that, and then I'll start with some woods. Man, I fell down. Some woods and some trees and some goodies like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I like it. The Fae Dominion.
Okay, so all sorted out again. Back to normal. I've got a few extra shulker boxes on me because we're gonna head back out to the farm and get all that extra stuff. I've got already shulker boxes full of stuff and a bunch of sand left over, so I've got that if any primers need it. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that footage of us out at the Mushroom Island doing the Fae Dominion stuff. I'm kind of excited to get started out here. Now that the Guardian Farm is done, that's what we're gonna probably do next episode. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave me a like. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Check out my description. All the other primers are in there, and they're making videos too, and we're all having fun out on the server. And we have started a new modded series. We're calling it Prime Fools. You should definitely go check that out. And until next time, you guys, I'll see you later. Bye bye.